Hey guys, what's up? I'm back at it again. Um, kind of had a somewhat busy day. Before this, I was just eating, and because before that, I took a shower and I was cutting the yard, and we have two yards in this place, so it's pretty long and kind of tiring. But you have to do what you have to do. But every time that I do kind of like tedious, mundane things like that are quite repetitive, especially here in Texas where it's often hot most of the time. In those moments, that like in moments like that, that's moments where like I'm thinking in my head about the changes that I want and that I crave for in my life. And every time it just kind of keeps repeating and repeating and repeating in my head, like knowing um that it's gonna change one day, very soon. And you know how like yesterday I was visiting the apartments and I visited, and and then I saw inside, and although I don't know if I'm specifically going to that apartment complex, just the idea of it, the idea of having a complete home, that I mean a place that's mine's completely, is just beyond exciting. And I know I'm close. I'm very close, and it's only a matter of getting this, working hard to maintain it, and then getting out, and that's it. But beyond that, when I do stare at the sky, and our sort of the sunset, how it comes in, is very beautiful. And when I look at out there, I just think about the path. That's a part of it, and that's in the immediate. But beyond that, I always see in my head like this, like I see, me getting out, me achieving this content creation, live streaming success, then approaching the mission, and then within the mission, that's where the sort of fantastical elements start to completely turn on, and in the vision that I see, and I can't, I can't stop. But I'm always thinking about that on a daily basis. I'm always sort of having that in my mind, often, a lot of the times. And sometimes it just, like, I see it, and that's what keeps me going within the moment. And so I guess the spiel that I'm giving about this whole concept of the one day, it's just that, yeah, like I repeat one day, I repeat we're almost there, like I repeat certain mantras in my head, and it's just like a sort of mental model that just keeps me going no matter what. And that's what I have to do. And I know I'm almost there, as I said it. But yeah, I just repeat that as a mental model. It's a mental model for persistence, as a mental model for easing your moment in that moment that you're kind of freaking out about certain things. That's what I use it for. And so, yeah, ultimately I know that I'm almost there. And it's only a matter of time, and I just I just have to keep going. There's just no other way. And I'm never gonna quit. No matter what. No matter what, if you have to keep hearing me say the same fucking thing over and over again, you're seeing me grow. You're seeing me become something. You're gonna see the transformation. You're gonna see the journey. And it's gonna become quite fantastic. So I'm I'm almost there, and like I said, I'm not gonna quit. And yeah, I think overall, if I could just like kind of mention like a couple things. Um, sometimes funny enough, there's the movie Oppenheimer that's coming out. Um, like I think it's coming out next week, I think, or the next week after that. I'm not sure, but obviously it's directed by Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan's one of my favorite directors of all time, and I was watching an interview of his, just kind of it's not like a unique idea, but it was just like I happened to see something from him when he was promoting the movie Tenet, which came out in 2020, and he was asked about films and like how do people get educated about that and stuff like that, and he just said simply like like right now today the young people of today have the opportunity to more than ever to do that, and it doesn't matter where you come from. Like you could be um from Montana, Nebraska, Alaska, whatever. You can be from the most isolated place in America, and still you have most likely an access to the Wi-Fi and computer. Now if you don't, well then that's a whole nother thing, but you have the access to that, and most people have an access to that. Just like right now, how I'm doing this, like I have an access to that. So there's no excuse really to not be able to do that, because basic search on YouTube, on Google, you can find out the history about Napoleon, about um, Mussolini, um, about whatever given historical figure you want to sort of capture. You have that capability. You have the capability to study your favorite artist, filmmakers, artists, musical artists, etc. You have that opportunity, and so like and never before. It's like a wealth of knowledge. It's like a library, but it's right in front of you. And often at times, because we've grown up, especially my like people in my age, we've grown up under these circumstances. It's we don't take advantage of it because we're just we want to do our dumb shit that we do, like playing games and stuff like that, and that's fine. I mean, I like playing games and stuff like that, but in fact you're gonna watch me play games right now, but and get wild and crazy. By the way, that's my mother laughing, cackling like a like a witch. But yeah, ultimately that's what it comes down to. And I think like the main premise of that is that often at times, I have the capability to go to a quote unquote film school here in Houston, in university, and Houston. I actually kind of went briefly to it, but I decided to wait it out because I wanted to experience. Well, for two reasons. One, because there's no purpose to it, like I can achieve my thing, but secondly, also I rather delay gratification and instead have a altered experience when it comes to going to U of H in a different way. Like where I'm successful clouded in this manner. I make a social experiment out of, U of H. I attended for like a semester, and that's that. And I'll just, kind of do that. I'll have an altered experience, and that's what it is. But that's just a certain idea. Obviously, that's going to happen. But I've decided to delay it, one, because it's just I have things that are more important to focus on, and two, it practically is just not something that like obviously I'm going to be attending for the sake of getting a degree. I'm not doing that. I'm doing it simply to get an experience. So I rather get the experience free, um, under free, under better circumstances. Um, Under circumstances where I would be noticed. Under circumstances, although maybe agonizing and annoying and painful to an extent, uh, would be definitely a different one, one that most people won't have, because they enter there being normies. But I'm not gonna be that. I'm gonna be recognized either for hate or for love, whatever it is. That'll be my experience. And then I just have that, and then I dip out, and then obviously we have to go ahead and increase, you know, our particular status when it comes to this whole thing, and whatever that number is, which I don't imagine it being like super huge, but I don't also think it's 10 million. 10 million. I want to make 10 million, essentially. 10 million subscribers. That is my goal. But with that being said, and I know right now, like, it doesn't kind of like compute in people's heads, because it's like, how are you like this sort of kind of quiet, not quiet, but like composed person is gonna become like a super entertaining, like kind of wild. So you don't know that side of it. You don't know, and I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna go crazy. As I don't even think I said it right, but Spiritual Soul said that's tough. But yeah. All right. Well, that's a whole nother thing. We'll get into it, later. But yeah, guess that's all I have to say for today. We got one more stream tomorrow. It's gonna be short. I know I didn't actually do the thing I said I was gonna do. We're gonna do it next week. We're gonna do it twice. It's gonna be prepared, and I'll let you guys know about that. I think I'm gonna do it Tuesday, Thursday, and that's it. All right. Talk to you guys tomorrow for the last day out of this weekend. Yeah. All right. See you guys later. Peace.